What's good, family? Welcome back to another video. I apologize, it's been a while. I'm currently recovering and healing from allergies. It's that time of the year, my sinuses are acting up. I woke up this morning and I did not want to do jack shit today. I just wanted to kick it alone, relax, spend some time. But I knew that if I did that, that will carry on into the next day and then so on and so forth. So I had to force myself to get up. I went to work. I went to my apprenticeship. I went to the gym, and now I'm here and I'm ready to post this video, give y'all some good energy. I took my medicine ball, took my vitamins, I took my zinc. I should be good to go. I should be cool. But you know what's not good? You know what's not cool? This camera. This camera is obliterated. It's done. It's shattered. It's destroyed into a million pieces. I was at work and I'm just doing my thing. And I guess I had my phone in my pocket. I must have hit a table or something. It was perfectly fine. I reach into my pocket, I take out my phone, and it's completely destroyed. It's obliterated. It's done. It looks like a side chick's phone. That's just how bad it looks. Like, I don't know. Usually I would be upset about this, but I'm at the point where I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. If you can fix it with money, you shouldn't worry about it. That's something that my mom told me. And honestly, it's just the phone. Like, you know, there's people out here that don't even have a phone. There's people out here that don't even have half the things I have. So it's honestly not a big deal. So other than the growth spurt, that's what I'm trying to manifest, a new phone screen. As far as the video, the topic, this quote, this saying, this philosophy, this idiom, whatever you want to call it, this was presented to me by a friend of mine at work. I work at Target with him, and he serves as a volunteer firefighter. And he told me this quote, and it really resonates with me, and I really relate to it, and I wanted to share it with y'all. And it goes like this: you learn through reps and trauma. And that's it. That's the quote. And I resonate with it, because when I look back and I evaluate my life and I evaluate my growth as a soul, like, all of my learning curves, all of my, you know, everything that I've learned, everything that I've been through, everything that I am today has all been learned through reps and trauma. Now, let me give you an example, because I'm currently learning right now as we speak. I'm currently learning to be a barber. I'm learning how to cut hair. So when you're learning through reps, that's the best way to learn, is through repetition. Because when you're repeatedly doing something, I'm sure we all know this. I don't want to dabble too deep into this topic, but just to, you know, enlighten some of you guys out there. But when you repeatedly do that motion, or when you repeatedly write it down, or when you repeatedly do that said thing, eventually over time, it's going to become second nature. You're no longer going to be thinking about it. For an example, they say that basketball is 90% mental, 10% physical. That's because majority of basketball is just learning the moves, learning how to dribble, I mean, obviously that's not it, but once you learn how to dribble, once you learn how to score, once you learn how to get past your defender, once you learn how to create separation, like, once you learn those things, you no longer have to consciously think about what your next move is. You're just doing it. And let me give you a better example. A boxer, right? Anybody who first started boxing, you had to consciously think about what you were going to do. You had to consciously say to yourself, I need to keep moving my feet. I need to keep bobbing and weaving. I need to keep sticking and moving. I need to keep moving my hands. I need to keep moving my feet. I need to keep moving my hips. Like, when you first start off doing something, this goes for everything. When you first start off, you constantly have to make a conscious effort into doing that thing. But when you repeatedly do it over and over and over and over and over again, through time, you're no longer going to be thinking about it. You no longer have to make a conscious effort to do it. You go from, you go less about less, it's less thinking about it, and it's more you anticipating what your opponent's next move is. That's how it goes. Like, anybody that's watched Dragon Ball Z, we all know Ultra Instinct. It's basically the same thing. Ultra Instinct is like when the 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 fighter is fighting, and he's not even thinking about what he's doing. He's just doing it. That's basically the same thing. And yeah, the best way to learn is through repetition, so that you can improve your muscle memory. And muscle memory, yeah. So learning through reps. The second part, learning through trauma, that's something that I relate to as well. And when I look back, there was trauma that I've been through, but at the same time, there's trauma that other people been through that I've seen myself, and I said to myself, that's something that I never want to go through, so that's something that I'm never going to try. You know, like, for an example, I've seen my older brother. I don't want to dabble into that topic, but I've seen things. I've seen how people move. I've seen how shit went south. I've seen things, right? So when I see those things, I look at that at a young age, and I say to myself, that's something that I never want to do. That's an outcome that's something that will never benefit me. That's an outcome that I can never achieve. That's an outcome that I can never make positive. And no matter how I try to flip it, no matter how I try to do it my way, I'm not going to succeed doing it. I'm never going to try it. You know? And they say a smart person learns from his own mistakes, but a wise person learns from others. And I believe that's very true. And I want to add this in there too. A lot of people say that, you know, being the middle child is no fun. You never get the love, you never get the attention, you're always picked last. It's like a weird spot to be in. Everybody says the middle child is just, it's not fun. But I beg to differ. I honestly believe that you have an advantage when you're the middle child, because when you're the middle child, not only can you see what your older sibling is doing wrong and you can learn from them, but you can also absorb that knowledge, absorb that information, and pass it on to your younger sibling as well. And as you're teaching I can't even talk, y'all, I'm sorry. And as you're teaching your younger sibling, you're also teaching yourself as well, because when you're saying that to your younger sibling and you're repeating it to yourself, it's kind of like you're teaching yourself at the same time. You know what I mean? Like for an example, I don't know how to dribble a basketball. I just know how to do it. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know how to explain how to dribble a basketball. I just know how to do it. That's what I meant. Like, you can't explain, like, it's hard for me to explain how to do something. But once I finally figure out how to articulate it and actually explain it to somebody, then I'm kind of teaching myself how to do it again. You know what I mean? So that's what I kind of mean by learning through trauma and learning through others. And yeah, like, that quote that my buddy shared to me, I really resonate with it, because when I evaluate my life and I look back at everything that I've been through, I've learned through reps, and I've learned through trauma, and I've learned through other people's mistakes. I've learned through other people's traumas, and that's why I'm here today, and that's why I'm sharing my experiences to other viewers, and that's why I'm sharing my story. And it's kind of crazy how it all comes back into full circle. It's like you spend your life, like, trying to be the best you possible and trying to not take the path of least resistance, but take a path that's most what am I trying to say? Like picking a path that's unique to you. And by doing that, I'm able to evaluate what I did when I walked my path and share it with other people in hopes of getting them on the right path. You know what I mean? And that's so crazy how life works. Like, life is beautiful, man. Honestly. And I love it so much, and I'm blessed, and I'm grateful that I'm able to do what I do. And the only way is up. That's it. That's all I have for today's video. I'm kind of tired. I'm beat. I want to go to bed. I just thought I would share that with you guys. Let me think if there's anything else that I want to say before I leave. You learn through reps and trauma, and you can also learn from other people's mistakes. A smart man learns from their own mistakes. A wise one learns from others. Repetition, muscle memory, ultra instinct. Oh, I guess the main thing that I want to get across is whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're practicing, whatever you're working at, don't give up. All right, set yourself like at least a minimum of 3 to 6 months. If you're trying to do a new skill, if you're trying to learn a trade, if you're trying to whatever, give yourself a minimum of 3 to 6 months to fully learn whatever it is that you're trying to learn. Put some reps into it. Give it some repetition. See if you like it, and then you can decide whether or not it's something you want to do. That's just how I go about it. That's how I went about YouTube. That's how I went about my barbering. That's how I went about a lot of things. You know, I didn't give up as soon as I started it. I wanted to get some reps in there. I wanted to try it out, give it a couple weeks, give it a couple months, see how I like it, and then I can decide. So, yeah. That's all that I have for today's video. If you guys left this video motivated, inspired, or a better person, then I did my part. Other than that, peace, love, positivity. No promises. I don't know when this screen will be fixed. I'm trying my best. Hopefully it'll be soon, but I'm not even going to say anything. Peace.